Hey, Patrice Evans here. All right. Today we're going to do a little bit of a lesson. Y'all know that I'm a certified teacher. I'm also a certified matchmaker, and I am a preacher, mother, all those wonderful things. Welcome to my channel. My name is Patrice Evans, and I'm so excited to have you here with me today. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you've been with me for a while through my hair journey and through all the things dance, fitness, soccer, all the things that I've done, then working with women for over 15 years with Saka. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, today what we're doing is we are focusing on the men. Okay, ladies, if you want to help me, go into the into the comment and say yes, she's right. Listen to her, all those good things. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to give the young men an opportunity to meet you, beautiful woman. All right, I know you inside and out. I know so much about you, and I'm actually you, and so I know exactly what you're looking for. But I also know those of whom are narcissistic women, and I am here to also protect you, but especially the young men from finding narcissistic women. Now, I know you would agree with me, ladies, because you don't want them to get caught up with the wrong woman and then they can't find you. So, support me in this and pray for them, okay? All right, so this is what we're going to do. Today, I'm going to show you the three most important things that I would share with you to do when you're online dating. So, I'm a certified matchmaker and I have done this myself. My husband has done it. We know the ins and outs of using the apps. So if you're feeling stuck on the dating apps and you're feeling like you're just getting lost in the sauce, as they put it, and you're not really being seen, you're getting lost, and nobody seems to be, paying attention to you, well, this is what I feel like you need to be focusing on in order to be seen. Now, you know that this channel is about avoiding narcissistic women, right? Okay, so the red flags and all that stuff, that's so important. But how do you do that? You need to discern. Okay. You need to be doing two things at once when you're on the app. Okay. So these are the two things that you're doing on the app. You are presenting yourself and you're discerning her. Okay. So, and what is it? You're presenting yourself as who? The real you, the real you, the good stuff about you. And you're discerning her, what? The real her. Amen. This is what we're trying to do in the app. Okay, we're presenting yourself and you're discerning her. So these are the two big things that you need to be doing when you're on the dating app. Okay. All right. So in order to do that, I'm going to focus more on you taking control of what you would be doing so that you're also doing this. Okay, so what do you need to do as you present yourself to make B happen automatically? What do you have to do to present yourself to make B happen automatically? Okay, and that's what we're going to talk about today. All right, so the first thing that you're going to do, let me put on my glasses. The first thing that you're going to do, let's just start with your photo. What kind of photo should you have? Well, you need to have a photo that represents who you are inside. For real. You don't need to be anybody but yourself. Why? This is the problem, y'all. You don't think she's going to find out anyway? And let me just tell you, she wants you. She wants you. The problem with this is that, well, what's the big deal? Doesn't everybody do a photo that shows them from the inside for real? No, people don't. What they do is they show off what they think. They just think, oh, for real, meaning, well, what for you, real? The best version of you. You know what's problem with this? What's the problem with this? Most people don't know the best version of themselves. Most people do not know the best version of themselves. A lot of times we have to go ask other people. But then, can you trust the people around you? If you could trust the people around you, you'd already be with the woman. Okay? So obviously, they haven't told you what the best version of you is. You need a mirror of somebody that can tell you that. Okay, so you need to take photos of you the inside of who you really are and of who you are for real and the best version of who you are. You need to do that with your photo, okay? How about your content, what you're writing? You can control how you present yourself. If you do how you present yourself, or if you do A right, B will just follow. Okay? So, how would you write? You're not going to write too much. Big. Not too much. You cannot write too much. Okay? You need to do a writing exercise where you know how to put in there a reflection of the inside of who you are, the inside of who you are and what matters most. But the danger in that is if you spell out what matters most too much, you will attract the narcissistic woman. So, how do you get through by making sure that you put what matters the most to you in terms of your faith? You know what I mean? In terms of just things like that, and what matters in terms of work or whatever the case is, whatever it is that matters most to you. How do you share that in a way where it doesn't give too much so that it doesn't attract the narcissist? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go back and tell you why doing it the wrong way is going to attract the narcissist. Okay. And the third thing is your when you fill in your fill-ins, of course you're going to check that you're a Christian, right? What kinds of things will you fill in about yourself, and what things are you not going to want from the woman? Okay? What are your non-negotiables? Negotiables. What are your non-negotiables, right? So your fill-ins in the box, what I mean by fill-ins is when you're going on a dating app, you're going to have to fill in your information, things about you, who you are in terms of your height and all that stuff, and what things you will expect from the other one, what you're looking for in the woman. That's very tricky how you do that. Because if you go too narrow, which this message is going to be for the women. Women, do not go too narrow. Don't try to create some kind of unicorn or some kind of Frankenstein that doesn't exist. Y'all hear me? Because there are amazing men out there that may be 2 inches too short, 1 inch too tall, maybe 5 pounds too heavy. So be careful, ladies. Be careful, because there are some diamonds in the rough out here. And I'm trying to get them to call me, talk to me, so that I can get them to look like they are on the outside the way they look on the inside for you. Okay? And you want to write the things that really speak who you are in your heart, but not too much, because you want to attract the right woman, but you don't want to attract the narcissistic woman who will be a negative thing. We're going to come back and I'm going to tell you why. The fill-ins, you need to fill in who you are for real and what are your wishes. You know what I mean? What do you wish? What do you want? But you also have to put your no-nos. And you know what I mean? You have to have some no-nos. Guys, you have to have some limits. You have to have some boundaries. Okay? So this is where you're going to show your boundaries. The problem with the men is that you just think you can be with any woman. You've got to have boundaries. And this is where you're going to put your boundaries, where it's the fill-ins. You're going to show them who you are, and you're going to show what you're not going to accept with women. Let me see if I have a red marker or anything that I could make it clear that I'm saying no. I'll just do a highlighter. Okay? So, this is what I want you to do. Okay, so these are the no-nos. We don't want these. These are the boundaries. So when she sees your app, she can now discern. It's like your click-through rate. Like if you're on YouTube or social media or anything like that, and your picture is going to tell me a lot about the story. But you got to know the story. Who are you? What's really going on? What's your calling? Right? You're going to definitely You need to know who you are, and you need to be able to know your calling. That's the most important thing that you're going to need to know. You're real. Who are you, and what is your calling? If you know what your calling is, then you could do all the other things, okay? I have a download below that's going to help you with the 3 steps to get the preliminary steps so that you can be able to do that. Go ahead and click on that download to help you get started, okay? If you need me to help you to work through all these steps, I can do this. This is what I do. I've done it myself. I wrote a book about it. I met my godly husband because I finally got the algorithms right. I met my husband on Match.com, y'all, and he and me, we both figured out the right questions to ask each other, the way to do it. We just did it so well. So my husband and I would love to help you, and we want to give you our secret on how we did it. Okay, but these are the 3 big things. The preliminary things, the 3 preliminary things I have in the download. You can get that, and I always talk about that here. Okay, but let me tell you why it's dangerous if you put the wrong photo as it pertains to the narcissistic woman. So the reason why you need to make sure that your photo has really you, but this is what I didn't do. I didn't want to show things about myself that would be something every guy would like. Any woman, any man would want those things about a woman. So I didn't want to do that. So you need to be careful in your pictures showing things that any woman would want. You would think that you're going to want to flaunt, right? But we're not going to flaunt. And the reason why you don't want to flaunt is because you'll get girls that are gold diggers, right? So you don't want to do that. And you don't want to show a picture with something about you that a narcissistic woman will see that picture and be like, I can take advantage of this guy. So you're going to show off something about you. You think that you want to show things off about you and flaunt it, but the wrong ladies, you're going to get the wrong woman. Then when you finally get underneath the surface and get to who you are, you're not compatible. That's a waste of a lot of time. And that's what I'm here to help you with. I'm here to break all of that so that you don't have to go through the cycle of loneliness, finding the wrong woman and man if you're a woman, and so that you could get out there and get like seen and picked. And but you're not going to get seen and picked being something you're not, being seen and picked as who you are. So when you get to know each other, you just get deeper and deeper and deeper, and you're not wasting all that time that you took to get to meet her, right? Because if you not only are you wasting time and energy and money, but you're also wasting the pain of your heart and your mind when it doesn't work out, or the pain if you force it to make to work when it shouldn't be working. Okay, so we do not want to flaunt, and we do not want to put a fake. We don't want to, no flaunting, no fake. We don't do fake, we don't do flaunt. Why? Because a narcissistic woman will be attracted to the wrong things, and then she's going to find out anyway. All right, so number 2, why not too much? You want to write the things that are real about yourself, but if you write too much, what did I teach about narcissists? By now, most people know this about narcissists. They know that narcissists mimic. They mirror you and they mimic you. So what they're going to do is they're going to study your profile, right? They're going to study it, and then they're going to regurgitate it. You're going to think she's like a perfect match because you gave too much. So you need to not give too much about yourself, okay? All right, just you want to write the things about who you are inside, but somehow there's an art to doing that without giving too much away, where you end up attracting narcissistic women. And let me tell you, they're good. Narcissistic sociopathic people are so good. They don't need a whole lot. They can go by your picture a lot of times. They can go by what you chose. Now, the same thing applies both 1 and 2 is the same thing for the fill-ins. But the real big problem with the fill-in is that if you're too broad, guys, you need to not be broad. Girls, you need to be a little bit more broad, I think. And guys, you need to be a little bit more conservative with what you're looking for in a woman. That doesn't mean the height, the weight, and all that stuff. Sure, stay within your height and weight that you're looking for. Height, y'all all need to be careful with height. Be careful with the height. Make sure it's an absolute, you cannot, because you know you're not going to be a good spouse with a guy that height or a girl that height. Okay? You know for sure it's going to be really unhealthy for you if you're with somebody that's that height. Make sure that you've picked that height, because you really have to be careful with height. You can't be immature when it comes down to this. This is too important. Okay, if you start getting immature about what you're picking in the fill-ins, this is if you're new to dating apps, that means the part of the dating app where they tell you What nationality are you? Where do you live, and do you want somebody local? Do you like the beach or do you like the mountains? That kind of stuff. Okay. And then there's a section where it says, do you want a woman that likes this and that? Are you a Christian? Do you need a woman that's a Christian? Do you need a woman? Does it matter? How about smoke? Do you smoke? Well, do you care if somebody else smokes? Things like that. So this is all about the compatibility. This is extremely important, y'all. So don't play with that. I don't have my red, but I'm going to give you green because this is right here. Very, very important. You're the guy. Come on. You can be a little bit more picky than a lot of you probably decide to do because you're just happy to get a beautiful woman. If her picture looks good, then that's fine. No, 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 no. If I taught you anything about narcissistic people, is that they're going to look good on the outside. Everything's going to be perfect on the outside. So you can't go by that. Do you get it? You get it now that we're trying to apply it? Everything I've been talking about? So you have got to truly have this is where your boundaries are going to come out when you're doing the dating app. And you really have to, just like you have to do with the way you write, you need to really narrow down the kind of woman that you're not going to be with. It's very, very important. You have to be, what I would do is really focus on what you're not going to do, not this woman. The definites, no smoking or no this or no that, or she must be a Christian. You got to be clear. Okay? Now, our experience, my husband and I, in our experience, we found out that you're going to get women that lie anyway. They're going to say they're local when they're not and everything. That's the whole point about why you need a coach. Because people lie, people are phony, people take advantage. And if you have a lot going for you, yes, you're going to have women or men. You're going to have people lying to be with you. And that's why you need a coach. You need somebody to help you. All right? So the reason why this is so important, these 3 steps are so, so important. They're one of the main steps that you need to be clear on before doing a dating app. And this is the same thing with in person. Okay, same thing with in person. When you see them in person, you got to watch how you look, of course. What you're wearing and how you look really should say the best parts of who you are. All right, not your most saddest day, but the best parts of who you are. Okay, and how you talk is going to be, you don't want to be too much, you don't want to be too quiet. Guys, I don't hear y'all commenting enough on here. Let me be the test, okay? Talk to me. Click on my links, talk to me, interact with me, and the way you interact with me will tell me a lot about how you're going to interact with a woman. If you can't talk to me and I'm just Auntie Patrice, then how you in the world are you going to talk to a woman? You've got to practice with somebody. All right? Okay. So, and then the boundaries. Do you even know what your boundaries are? What are the things that we have circled in color? This goes back to this. Okay? This goes back to this. When you know this, then you can do this. And this is crucial, okay? Crucial. All right? So these are the 3 big steps that you need to take in order to be successful in a dating app, okay? And if you think that you could do that, then I'm so excited. And why are we doing this? Because you want to present yourself for real so that you can discern her. You're going to drive this so that when you get on these dating apps, you're going to attract the right person. From there are other things that I can do to help you with that from there. But from there, very likely, you're going to get the right kinds of women to choose from. All right. And when you get the right woman to choose from, now you can move on with other steps that you need to be taking. Okay. So if you want me to help you with this and the next steps to engagement, I can help you with that. I am a certified matchmaker, a Christian certified matchmaker. So I help young men 25 to 32 match with the woman God has for you. So I am here to do that for you. And I am looking for a handful of guys, 5 more men that I am going to work with. It's one-on-one, and I want to give you all that I can to make sure that you meet this woman. So I'm so excited. So definitely click on my link, my Calendly link, to book a call with me. But if you also want to get started with the 3 steps that get you so that you can do these steps, I have that download here as well. All right. So I'm so excited to work with you and to hear from you. God bless you. I'll see you in the next video.